No local recordings. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. It's time.
Welcome back.
Dancing without the music. There's no music. It's just a draft.
Oh,
There's music in my head.
There's music in your head. You can hear it
dance
up here.
like an Egyptian. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, welcome back, team. How's everyone doing? First, college football. How'd you feel about
so far?
it was so good. I think one of my favorite things was obviously Nick Saban's comment on
Ohio State on
it wasn't on Ohio State, but it's not hard to connect the dot, I guess.
If you know how to know what he was talking about.
Yeah, for those of you who may not know what I'm talking about or what we're talking about here, Nick Saban said you could pay all the money you want. Something about but if you got the wrong players, it don't mean shite.
Yeah, he said shit.
You have a $20 million roster, but if you don't got the right players, it don't mean shit.
Yeah, he literally said $20 million, so he was literally saying that about Ohio State.
I'm just trying to cut guys slack here. Well, I mean, it was funny to me because we're starting to see people fill in for their team. We're down to 3 minutes on the draft. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we're only missing 4 people right now. But anywho, Ohio State's quarterback, I thought this was interesting. Will Howard. He legitimately was the backup for Kansas State.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be.
He was a starter last year for him. Yeah. He played a whole year. For him last year. He played the whole year last year. Will Howard did for Kansas State. The year before he was the backup. Yeah. Michigan's starting to fucking walk on, so we can't say a whole hell of a lot. So.
Well, I mean, Michigan. Go ahead.
Let's discuss the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Both games yesterday, Michigan was one of my teams that I thought was going to beat us. Not saying that you guys can't, but the fear has kind of diminished a little bit. And I'm only saying just a little bit because it was just Colorado State that we played. However, we also started hella slow with the beating. You know what I'm saying? It took till after the second half for us to put our necks on them, and it shouldn't have took that long.
Well, something I would like to point out. 1 minute 42 seconds. Something I would like to point out is that the first game of the year, you're only going to get a lot of shell plays, shell defenses, especially with Texas coming up. There wasn't a lot that wanted to be given away. Now, with that stated, the athletes that replaced what we lost, something Patrick has mentioned, and something I thought wasn't going to be as big of an effect as it was. I was watching yesterday's game thinking to myself, damn, we're going to lose to Texas and we need to figure something out. It just needs time. It needs repetition, right? And we're not going to get that in 6 days, which is now until Texas. Like, you're not going to get that.
They're not going to win. They're not going to lose. They're going to lose more than 1 game this year. Probably going to lose more than 3 games this year. That they don't have the horses this year offensively to keep up with teams with weapons.
I'm not buying that ticket yet.
Fresno State is not a great football team, and if they couldn't stop them from moving the ball, they got a lot of problems. Because that was a really piss poor offensive football team that they played. They might have won 9 games, but those 9 teams that they played were absolute dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, 30-10, and Fresno State didn't start moving the ball until the end of the game.
No, they moved the ball all game through the air. They couldn't move it on the ground, but they also almost threw a touchdown at the end of the game, and it only would have won by 6 had it not been for a pick 6 by Will Johnson making a crazy freaking catch and returning it for a touchdown. It was only they were going in for a touchdown.
And Fresno State got a whole lot of saves towards the end of the game that was just insane.
We are on the clock.
Ready to pick
on the clock.
All right. Frank has an announcement.
All right, boys with the heat. I'm Frank the Tank. Welcome all the haters and misfits and lowlifes of fantasy sports. Now you are in the presence of greatness. Will Charles repeat? Or will a new champion come forth? Yes, that's fucking right. Charles could be that guy, or is it going to be some other one that emerges? Is that guy? Let's find out. You have a draft here. You have the chance to make yourself great. So let's fucking go. Choose wisely no matter where you pick. And let's get this fucking draft started, boys with heat. Let's fucking go.
That's so cool. Thank you, Frank.
Are you going to be that guy?
Are you going to be that guy?
That's so cool. Let's go. Okay, so the number one draft pick, Christian McCaffrey, ended up being the number one draft pick.
Long is disturbing.
But yeah. Who's the number 2 draft pick?
Bryce Hall.
Bryce Hall?
And then
really?
Justin Jefferson.
The computer didn't pick up any of this.
No.
All right, let me share the screen here.
All right.
All right, we got PR on the clock. Lots available still. So far, we've had CMC, Breece Hall, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson. We saw Bijan Robinson go. Oh, man. Saquon Barkley. Nice.
Was that Mike?
No, that was me.
That was you? Oh, Mike's
mad at you. I love you, Mike, if you're watching.
Is that a possible first round trade we have happening here?
You better make it good.
I'll give you my number 1 next year, he says.
Talk to me nice.
Pick 10, is that me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not on the clock yet, though, right?
No. Pat's on the clock. Well, Pat's on the clock. CeeDee Lamb,
Number 8 wide receiver.
Number 8? Well, unfortunately, last year I didn't pick one up in the first round, so I needed to at least have somebody that's going to catch football.
You ain't lying.
Ooh, I didn't see this coming. Changes a few things, though.
Where you at, broski? Where you at?
Okay, so we got Jonathan Taylor was taken. Number 10. So I'm gonna take Jamar Chase. I've got to take Jamar Chase at this point.
If he has a quarterback.
Even if he doesn't have a quarterback, he's still one of those guys. He gets the ball. He gets targets. That's what I care about. He gets targets.
I'm like,
and with the number 1 draft pick. Yeah, with the number 1 draft pick,
you need the targets.
The reason I'm baiting Charles into this is because he's got another pick coming up here quick. And I'm going to see if he's going to go wide receiver. That's why when he said, "Hey, there's something interesting just happened here."
It did.
I don't think you were going to go wide receiver here. I think you were going to go running back.
All of my practice drafts went running back, blank.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Blank.
He crumbled his paper, threw it out the window.
That was earlier here in a little bit. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I got all these plans, and I think something weird's going to happen come draft time. I think something weird's going to happen.
And here we are.
We are. Oof.
This is a tough one for 12 because Puka could either be a top 5, top 8 production guy, or he could literally be in the 20s.
Well, and after year 2.
Puka, so yes, that makes sense. Yeah, is the sophomore slump, whatever you want to call it, whatever it may be.
You think he gets it, though, is the question.
Tough.
So it's not coming back to me.
Podfez are back on the clock. Well, it's not coming back to you, no.
No. So I'm going to have to. I won't see a number one running back again if I don't. And right now is sitting with Ja'Marr Chase and Derrick Henry. Those are two touchdown hungry.
It's not terrible.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. With my screen share here, though, you guys are going to see a little bit into maybe not. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Speaking of which, did any of you guys did Nate and them ever decide on the draft? Is the draft on
they've been talking about it. They've been talking about it here recently, and
I know I saw that we all voted on it, and we all voted Tuesday. So,
well, most of the votes coming in were Tuesday, and then all of a sudden, somebody has to work Monday evening, so they're trying to push for Monday afternoon, like 3:00. And I was looking at the chat laughing. I'm like, listen, if you got to work Monday evening, why didn't you just vote Tuesday and let it be? Like, what,
exactly.
What are you talking about? Just vote Tuesday. Now you got everybody trying to change votes Monday at 3 p.m. here. It's like, bro, if Monday isn't good for you, Tuesday seemed to be good for a majority of the people. You got one person who changed from Monday to Tuesday, or Tuesday to Monday now, and Tuesday's still winning. And I'm like, listen, why don't we just do it on old Tuesday?
Let's not get difficult here.
We're talking about snacks that smile back. The goldfish. Baseball's coming down. Magic number for the Brewers, I believe, is 18 or 19 at this point.
Yeah, they're winning that doubleheader. Did they win again yesterday as well? They sweep.
They did not win. They did not sweep. No,
they were up 4-0, and they fucking. Man, I tell you, I don't know what's up with that team. That their bullpen is absolute crap.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. It's not. There's a small gap where it is, and it's the middle.
It's one guy. It's Peguero. He's absolutely terrible.
Well, yeah. This recently it was Piops, and Piops didn't give up a run like all of August until.
Yeah, well, that's fine when you're only pitching an inning, and you're pitching in the 7th or the 8th inning, and you're only pitching against crappy teams, because he was pitching as Oakland and freaking all them other crappy teams. No, their bullpen is not that great. Unfortunately, they should have went and picked up a bullpen guy at the trade deadline. Yeah. They don't need bats. They needed pitching.
All right, listen, I want to give everyone in the league a shout out. We are all here. Everyone got here.
100%. We got 100%.
And I mean, it's just the first 3 rounds are the most important. That's the most important. After that,
right.
If you're, it is what it is. But huge shout out again.
4 players in.
And at this point, everyone has either paid or put in their notice. So that's fantastic as well. I love the amount of time people are taking as well.
I appreciate people that are in the room that are taking their time. I do, especially in the first, like you said, 3 to 5 rounds. I do like that. Yeah. That makes me.
Yeah. Well, something I was doing in the practice rounds that was really something I noticed.
Were you like,
well, so I didn't care so much about who I was picking after the first round. But I started looking more at who I missed after I picked, right? Like, okay, so I make this pick, and then I watched who the computer picked otherwise, right? Like at one point I took Kyle Pitts over Laporta. Like if you're going to take a fucking tight end, why would you take Pitts over Laporta?
Because actually Laporta's numbers were not that great last year. Like he was very comparable to other tight ends.
I mean, and it's not like are we going to see another Travis Kelce as Laporta him? Who knows?
Probably not. I mean, I just don't think his target share is there in Detroit enough yet. I'm not saying he can't get to that point and be the number one option offensively, but I mean, with Pitts, with Cousins, do you feel more confident though that he's going to get more targets? Obviously,
I think so.
Yeah, I don't feel confident that Pitts is going to hold on to the damn ball.
Oh, well, there you go. I understand that one. His hands in college were decent. He did drop a lot though. Dropped a lot of balls. But
I think he's going to get a lot more targets than he did with Ritter and them last year for sure.
The guy should be
whether he holds on to the ball,
genius down below, but in the red zone he should be a number one option. But he said his hands.
Brandon Ayuk gets a I know. Oh, Brandon Ayuk gets a contract.
He got a contract and he hasn't been drafted yet though. I thought you were mentioning him because he went off the board. Man, I do not trust you. I don't trust you, and I don't trust you.
Me?
No. I'm talking about the guys that are on the.
I was like, what did I do now?
Tell you when you're doing those practice drafts and you only have 30 seconds, it's like
Pressure.
Who about to stop? I don't know who I'm picking.
I'll tell you what I was thinking right here, and you got just because I didn't pick him, but I was gonna go running back there, but I guess I'm more leaning on I want better wide receiver production. I don't trust Mixon in Houston.
No.
I
think he's gonna eat down there, to be honest.
In Houston, their offensive line, I thought it was way better than it actually was. Stroud is actually under pressure a lot last season, and he just got out of it. And I was like, well, that doesn't bode well for a decent offensive line for a good running back.
I don't think he's going to be a RB1 or 2, but I think he'd make a good flex. Like how Jaylen Warren was for Pittsburgh.
Right, but in the fourth round, I mean, honestly, probably could wait and take him next round, but he'll be gone by then. But I can't believe they got Diggs as high as they got him. He's up in the board that far. He's over Devonta Smith. He's over Devonta Smith. That is absolute craziness. Where did Jefferson go, by the way? Was he top 5?
First round.
No, I figured he was in the first round. I had a mock. I'll tell you a funny story. I had a mock draft, and he went 11th.
He dropped that low?
It was a mock draft in my brother-in-law's league. Like, he went 11th.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, that. Why would you think? Well, it's also a mock draft.
I think even with Sam Darnold, I still think as long as he gets the ball, he's going to make points.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna make the yards happen. It's just getting him the ball.
Paul, how many drafts you got tonight? 2?
No, I got one more.
You got the cat. You got the catch league. That one's going to be rough. That one you have to pay attention to every single pick. Every pick.
That one's crucial.
And
we got the one for the creator.
The champ is on the clock, everybody. The champ is on the clock. Just like Frank the Tank says, redemption? Charles? Or are you going to be that guy?
I already drafted my guy.
I figured as much.
Best regular season quarterback in history, baby. Best regular season quarterback in history, baby. The best regular season quarterback in history.
Quarterback. You can't even running back. Running back.
No.
You mean running back?
Oh, yeah. Quarterback. I got him in a quarterback. So I needed running back, and I looked on the board and I said, you know who's got the best points right now? Lamar Jackson. All right.
All right, Paul. No pressure, buddy. No pressure.
Now we're getting into the position of the draft where I'm like, man, does it stay healthy? You know, I'm not upset, right? Like, listen, if Lamar Jackson doesn't get the rushing touchdown, Henry should get the rushing touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, one of the two's going to get it. Here's my, listen, this is where it gets tricky, though, when you got two people on the same
Very true.
Deebo Samuel as my wide receiver, too, has me, but we'll see. Being way down here, I had no choice. I'm looking at the players leave the board. Like, I had my eye on Josh Jacobs. I can't believe he went.
The only thing about yours that I noticed that I was like, yeah, you're basically with your draft is you're gonna sacrifice week 14. You just don't give a shit. At that point, you're probably gonna be in the playoffs anyway, and you're just not gonna give a shit.
Yeah,
that's a very smart move because week 14 is very late. So you're either in or you're out at that point anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And Charles, come on, just say it. I'm gonna have the number one seed in the East locked up by then anyway. Come on, just say it. I don't worry about the rest of you.
He's not jinxing himself.
Listen.
Really, don't do me like that, bro.
Winning one is difficult.
Winning two,
but being able to call yourself back to back. That's where it's at, baby. All right. That's the realm I'm sitting. Y'all are chasing me. That's fine. I forgot you were there. Y'all are so far behind. I forgot you were there.
Let me ask you a question, Charles.
Hold on. Let me turn around. Hold on. Let me turn around. Hold on. I hear somebody saying something. What's that, Paul? You're trying to ask me a question back there?
We
can't see that. He's got the background up.
If for some reason,
yes, sir.
Grace of just pure magic.
So the grace
will not only win y'all's league, right? Stay with me. But also win back-to-back in my auction league. What does that make me?
A dynasty. You're a dynasty then, right? You call yourself, proclaim yourself being in a dynasty.
Does that mean like I'm a champion 2 different weight classes?
No, doesn't that when you become a fantasy football guru or something like
that? Right? Those are tough words.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Let's get a small recap on who's left the board since Lamar Jackson, Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, Josh Allen, Mark Andrews, Joe Mixon. The tight ends have left early.
The tight ends went quick.
Joe Burrow, George Kittle. Yeah.
The fact that Joe Burrow lasted in the 4th round, I guess not surprising.
Can I ask you something? Do you put more weight into a good tight end or a good flex? Because your tight end, most of them are 8 to 12 points on average, and a good flex can get you 20.
It depends on the tight end.
I think it's situational too.
More than 12 though.
I was drugged to the playoffs.
Tight end is good,
bro. I was
only 2 or 3 of them probably.
I was drugged to the playoffs on 3 tight ends last year.
Last year, Travis Kelce,
Charles, you were loaded. Yeah,
that's what I said. My flex was almost. Go ahead.
Like even before Travis Kelce got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Like he still gave me solid points when it mattered.
Well, Dalton Schultz
15, 18 points a game.
Yeah. Towards the end of the year, Dalton Schultz was giving me 15 plus. Yeah. And once Murray came back, McBride was hitting it. McBride hit stride. I mean, McBride in the last 5 weeks hit 20 points 3 times.
Do you want to know something really messed up, Charles? They have McBride down like in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. He's like the number 3 tight end in the NFL. Production-wise. In his target share, well, I guess I'll just shut up because I think you already know the answer to this question.
Well, I was going to say, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. has a lot to do with.
Yeah, that's going to,
he's going to get a huge hit. He's going to get a huge.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Well, it's the same reason why I'm iffy on Schultz this time also. Because Stephon Diggs is going to take, it doesn't matter. Like the first 4 or 5 weeks, you might get lucky. But after that, if Stephon isn't getting the ball enough, right? Like right now, CJ throws the ball open, right? Like if you're open or about to be open, but he's going to have to take a portion of those throws now and just throw it at Diggs.
Yeah, very true.
Oh, I heard that beeping, and I'm like, I'm not on the fucking clock. Grow a beard.
Beep, beep, that would be I.
Did you ever see the the league manager, ESPN? I did a different league one time, and you can pick it. Everybody voted on it to do a 30-second, a 20-second, and a 10-second. Down the 7th round got down to 10 seconds, where it was like, boop, 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 and the picks were just rolling off, because it's like at that point, if you don't know who you're taking, you're trying to take the best player available at that point anyway. So. Yeah.
Anthony Richardson.
Like your Q can get jacked up though.
Did you say Anthony Richardson just got taken off the board? Oh yeah.
Yeah, 31 left turns, Mr. BB there.
BB take up J Love. Ooh.
No, Brent Becker. 31 left turns. Brooklyn Bums took up Jordan Love. Yeah. Yeah. See, that was my backup. Had I not taken Lamar, I was banking on J Love, and he never would have made it back to me.
Of course, Mike took Devontae Smith. Got to get his guy.
Okay, here we go. Here's the tough question. Here's the tough question. Right now, I'm looking at DeAndre Swift. He's going to get touches, probably a lot of them.
Like
James Conner. James Conner, he's going to get touches. Aaron Jones, he's going to get a lot of touches. Now, my problem with Aaron Jones is, does he stay healthy?
Probably
and my
not.
problem with Swift.
Sure.
And my problem with Swift, because the small time, my problem with Swift is the offensive line.
Well, not only that, Chicago's got like 3 decent running backs too. So if he does like not produce, they'll just put another guy in there.
And I'm worried about Aaron Jones's health.
Well, health, age.
You can say with James Conner too.
Yeah, I think that leaves me with Conner.
I don't think you could have gone wrong with either one of those 3, to be honest.
Is anybody going to touch your series? Nobody knows what's going to happen with them.
Mr. Rice?
Well, the rumor is that it's 3. It's going to be minimum 3 games. Like that's the rumor. Is that
I would deal with that, because that's the crazy part.
Well, is he that good that he's gonna? If he misses 3 games, I mean,
he led all rookies last year in Yak, and that's including Puka.
But so, now they've got Xavier Worthy. He's going to be taking reps from him. I mean,
Xavier Worthy. Here's my thing with Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy is a
he's the
tool.
Deep threat. He's their Tyreek Hill, except he doesn't have Tyreek Hill skills.
Okay, I mean, in a gray and white world, absolutely.
Yeah.
But my thing with Tyreek is that it's going to open up shit for Rice more. Or not Tyreek, with Worthy, because Worthy is a tool, right? Like he's not the end product. He's something you utilize to create the beautiful picture. Look at this. Somebody was talking about McBride, and then we were talking about McBride, and somebody went and took him.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They were talking about Swift and Jones.
Well, unfortunately, there's only one person watching, so I'm pretty sure that person wasn't the person. So it's fine. It's fine.
I'm blaming him anyways.
Right? It's still your fault.
Yeah.
Okay, this is crazy. And this might bust my draft, but I like Kincaid, because I think he's one of the only reliable objects in Buffalo right now. We're waiting on everyone else to kind of open up.
And I'm pretty sure Josh is going to be using him a lot.
Yeah. Lot. See, that's so far, I'm absolutely loving the target share of my team right now. It's something I focus on a lot while drafting, something I like to do a lot. Kittle, T. Higgins. For Breece Hall. Dynasty traded David Montgomery, George Kittle, T. Higgins, and Jerome Ford for Breece Hall.
What?
No, I wouldn't. But the thoughts on it, if I'm the one asking for Breece Hall, I mean, that's a huge win. With David Montgomery, you're just not sure because Gibbs is probably going to take a bulk share this year. At best, you're hoping for a Jalen Hurts situation where from 20 to 20, Gibbsy works, and then inside the 20s, Montgomery breaks a handful, gets closer to 12 than 7 on the touchdowns. George Kittle, I mean, he's a great tight end, but in the realm of fantasy, it has more to do with he's like the 4th option. And on a great day, he's the 3rd option at best. T. Higgins, I mean, yeah, he's a number 1 on other teams, but he's not the number 1 on his team.
And he's not going to get more touches than Chase.
Chase, absolutely. And then Jerome Ford, you're really banking on Chubbs not coming back after week 4 and being the elite running back that Chubbs is. Chubbs is yeah, I mean, so then you have Breece Hall, who's guaranteed the touches. Even if the quarterback goes down, he's still going to be the one where the team works. Whoever got Breece Hall won that trade, 100%. Great question, though, Dull. Mr. Dulgita _ 7888.
How did you trade 1, 2, 3, 4 players for 1? How does that work?
Dynasty League.
I did it.
You did it? You've done it before?
No.
I just don't know how it works.
You took a kick.
What? Did you do what?
No. He took it out. Somebody, the 3%.
I thought I freaked y'all out, didn't I?
No, because I looked and somebody took a kicker, bro. I'm like, what the hell?
Kicker, man.
What the hell?
What the hell? Like, wait a minute.
If you took a kicker, you were going to be stripped of your grooves if you took a kicker.
Oh, man, that was beautiful. That was just a beautiful, just like, you couldn't have planned for that any better.
Kicker?
Like, sir, what are you doing?
Well, somebody just took Mr. Ricey.
Brooklyn Bums.
Not the worst thing.
Old Brookie.
Because even whoever picked
I'm still shocked.
Whether it's in the draft or it's still not the worst idea.
Somebody picked him up. It's just that there's the uncertainty of when the hammer's going to come down and he's going to be suspended. It could be in a stretch where you need to win and you don't have a starting wide receiver. It's just the potential for when is he going to be gone. The unknown is the issue. Not that he's not a great player, And it could be the end of the season. It could be next year for all we know. It's
a lot of factors around.
Yeah, like Charles said, that if they push this, his lawyers push this out and it doesn't go to trial it could not go to trial for over a year. Like Charles said, he's going to play until the hammer comes down.
I mean, and let's be honest, they only have to push it about 9 weeks. Because once you make it about halfway through the season, you can more or less, depending on the severity of the situation,
push you wait for punishment until the end of the season. Yeah,
until the following season. Yep.
And then you'll just sit out you'll sit out all the preseason and maybe 1 or 2 games, and they'll be like, okay, you're good.
Man, George Pickens does look good. You got people taking kickers now. 3%'s got people taking kickers now. I guess it's around 7, but
that is our buddy Hunter that just took Jake Moody. Did you not pick it up?
The Michigan guy, yeah, way to go, Hunts.
Michigan guy, yeah.
Hunts McGuns.
Hunts McGovern.
He's trying to make sure his kicking game is on point.
Hey, last year I took Moody. Last year he was like the number 2.
Hey
or number
man,
3
the
kicker.
guy, the kicker from Michigan now, the Arizona
Zavada?
State transfer.
That dude's a freaking
bro.
That dude can drill him.
He's going to be one of them kickers in the NFL taken in like the 4th or 5th round.
We'll talk about something, Paul. The only issue you guys have coming into Michigan is you're playing
Green
in
Bay
Ann Arbor,
might take them in the first round.
Everybody's going to be up for that game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not as scared as
I'm not scared by any means. It's just
it's definitely going to make it more interesting after we.
In lieu of better words,
it is now a little bit interesting.
Yeah, in lieu of better words, defensively, I'm not worried about it. Because, I mean, for one, you play a team like Texas a hell of a lot different than you play a team like Fresno State. You prepare for that team differently. I mean, and
different
two,
speed, different type of players.
Yeah, like there's no pregame in college, right? So
right. Well, here's the thing. I think I was just irritated. I'm not irritated. I knew Michigan was going to struggle. I knew they're not going to win the national championship. Let's be 100%. They're not going back to back.
Oh, no.
Did you watch what Georgia did to Clemson? They were without their top 2 wide receivers and starting running back, and they just laid the hammer down on Clemson.
And then Georgia started slow.
Oh yeah, well, everybody started.
And then once they took off, Clemson could not keep up. And I think I heard somebody say that's detrimental for Dabo. They said that they only have 2 transfer portal players that they got out of the transfer portal.
The only problem is
that don't use the portal.
Texas, as long as Texas doesn't try to run the football, they'll be okay.
But we can do both, though. That's the crazy part.
I don't think you're going to run the ball against that front 4. There's 4 first-round pick defensive linemen on Michigan's defensive front line. They only gave up 9 yards rushing on like 29.
I just want to make it interesting. I just want it to be an interesting game.
I said it's either going to be a blowout by Texas, Michigan will fall on their face, or it's going to be a close game. It's going to be one or the other. It's a blowout or close game.
That's it. Not pick up Amari Cooper right now. It's the targets. It's the targets. It's the targets that gets me right now.
Who's his quarterback is the question.
I'm not worried about it because it's another situation where if it's a brand new quarterback, right? Like let's say it's the backup quarterback. Who you throwing the ball to first?
Well, I'm throwing to Njoku
Amari Cooper. That's what I mean. I'm not so worried about that.
Amari Cooper's situation is similar to what Justin Jefferson is going on. The quarterback is the issue. As long as you can get him the ball, he will create his own yards and stuff like that.
Got him. Got him.
He got his kicker.
Got him.
You drafted a kicker?
Got him.
And play with me if you want to.
Got him.
Oh, it's Butker. That's why I was like,
got him.
I'm on his radar and he said,
the only guy on my whole draft board.
Listen, one thing, he's not going to have to worry about him missing games. For any legal reason.
Not a one, bro.
No legal issues with that guy. Social media might cancel him, but the Chiefs ain't gonna.
I'm really happy with my team right now.
Kyler Murray.
Okay, so.
Sorry, Paul.
Okay. Hey. Hi.
There was nobody on that board that I could take, unfortunately. At least for now, till it comes back around.
Yeah, I think I got 47 picks before my next pick.
47 picks. Charles, I see Jaden Daniels now on the list. Mr. Small Ankles is down there at 99. Who will he go to?
Not over here. Well, maybe.
On the flex.
Here's a question for everybody: Is Jordan Addison going to play this year, or did he get cleared by the NFL to play, or is he going to serve a penalty for his DUI and?
They already cleared in court.
I think they cleared it in court, but he's questionable on there. That's why I was wondering if they were going to make him miss a game or whatever. I don't trust anybody outside of Jefferson in that offense because of the simple fact that, I mean, they still got a caveman from California that's out there throwing the football. Mr. Forehead himself, California kid.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't trust it either.
It's going to be tough, man. And I'm drafting for my bye week. So there's players I want. Some of them are falling into bye week positions.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. You son of a bitch, Brent. You son of a bitch. You risking it on Jameson Williams? Two scratch tickets back to back. I like it. I like it. Burp. Lots of people have done their homework as well.
I like it. I like that the league everybody is taking their. I feel like this is going to be a very competitive season just by looking at everybody's rosters.
Well, I'm watching people that I have in my sleeper that's in the position where I pick, and they're being taken out of it, like out of the middle, and I'm like, whoa. I didn't see that. Well done, good sirs. Well done, good sirs.
He's drafting to win. That's what he wants.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right, so here's my issue. I'm going to go with the constant. Let's see what Bowers move.
Going with the rookies this year. I'm going to lean heavy on it.
It might work out for you.
Maybe. Or I could completely throw dirt in my face.
Oh, this could be tough.
I'm done with you guys. I got to jump into the next one.
Where do we go, George? Where do we go?
We got somebody already on auto draft.
Well, there's lots of people on auto draft already. I mean, it's also round 9, so
round 9.
figured that was going to happen.
Well, I'm not risking nothing. The way that Charles was talking crap, every pick has to be strategic.
Here comes Jaden Daniels by Charles pick. Backup quarterback. He's drafting for the bye week. I can't believe they have Ezekiel Elliott in the top. Like, he's 104. They really think that Ezekiel Elliott is going to come back for Dallas and he's going to have some fantastic season.
I just go here.
Yeah.
You think he's going to have a good flex season?
Maybe. So Nick Chubb, there's like 4 or 5 guys on here that are basically out. They're on the PUP list to start the season, so they're out till week 5. The tight end Hawkinson for Minnesota, I believe.
How long is he? Because he tore his ACL, right?
He tore his ACL, but it says he's on the PUP list, so he can't come back for at least 4 weeks anyway.
At least 4 games.
Yeah, and I believe I think Nick Chubb is on it as well.
Injury reserve. Yeah, he's on the PUP list.
Yeah, so he's out for the first 4 weeks, and then Jonathan Brooks, the Carolina running back. I don't know what happened.
List, right?
He's on the PUP list too, so it's like, man, you could pick you might
got drafted injured.
Yeah, you might be able to pick up some of these guys early.
Fuck. Purdy and Sutton. Right. He's definitely an injury reserve slot for sure.
Kincaid's bye week is 12. Hawkinson's bye week is 6. I don't need TJ until week 12.
Yeah, he'll be good and ready to come back by then.
Yeah. Same thing too. Tony Pollard's bye week is week 5. I've got questions about Tennessee's offensive line, but maybe not.
We'll see. We're definitely
life after Henry is Tony Pollard. Pollard's a good running back, so we'll see.
We shall see. Because don't they got Spears over there too? So they might split it.
Who?
Spears, I think, is his backup.
Spears?
I think. I can't remember his name.
I talked a lot of shit and then I picked him up because I needed a backup.
Who's that?
There's Ezekiel Elliott. I just realized Dallas doesn't have anybody to run the football.
Dallas doesn't have anybody to run the football, and I mean,
and they still have a decent offensive line. I mean,
with not only that, but with CeeDee Lamb, they're going to get inside the 20s early.
Yeah,
right. So Zeke's going to get fed what he can do with that, But I think that's a great pickup.
You might not have faith in him, but I still do.
Yeah, he's an Ohio State player. They're only good for 1 year in the NFL. Well, that's 90% of the time. AJ Hawk was pretty good. Keenan Coleman. That dude had some great interviews. Because I ain't Tiger Woods. I wish he could.
Keon Coleman. Is that the dude that's got the craziest Southern accent or whatever?
Jacket and everything.
And is that the dude? And he's not wearing any socks and he's out there practicing.
No, that's somebody else. That's somebody else.
There's 3 different people. The guy with the craziest Southern accent ever, I believe. He might play for the Bills. I'm not sure. He might play for Carolina though.
No, there's a guy with a crazy.
Coleman is the rookie from Florida State with the crazy interview.
Yeah, the one with the jacket and the.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Macy's. Yeah, no.
I only remember one guy with no shoes and no socks
on. For a deal.
Now that guy, that guy's got crazy caveman hair and doesn't wear shoes and whatnot.
Yeah.
I wear them in the game because I have to. All right, bro. Cool. Blake Corum. Mr. 31 left turns. Good team. Big scratch off ticket potential. Where'd I go? Whoa. Oh. Ah.
So slow.
There's snacks, and they all smile back. That's Goldfish. Need the Braves to pick up a couple wins here.
Where the Braves playing?
Phillies.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the Brewers are going to have the 3 seed anyway.
Well, we don't want that.
Well,
because it'll leave us with the Braves.
Why? I thought there was 4 divisions in the. Wouldn't they have a bye? I thought only one team.
Well, no, the Braves are in a division with the Phillies, so the Braves are going to be a wild card team. How crazy is that?
Well, yeah. Well, that's the way baseball is. That's the only thing about baseball that's made it weird. So here's the other thing that I was noticing about the WNBA, right? So the WNBA goes, their playoffs are based off of, is there East and West, or is it just teams make the playoffs?
For what?
The WNBA, is it East and West, WNBA. Or is it just 8 teams make the playoffs?
There's 2 different conferences. I just don't know if it's East and West, but there is 2 different conferences.
Well, I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough teams for them to do that.
But they do like the best of 8 or 10 or something.
Yeah.
Like they do an overall ranking for the playoffs. They don't
because I was looking at the records and I'm like, they had this one team in the West ranked they had 4 wins, and I'm like, how are they 4th in the West? And I was like, oh, there's only 12 teams.
Yeah.
So the West is way worse than the East in WNBA. Where to go, what to do.
Where did you go? Jerry Judy. Bing, 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 bing. To the dog pound. I want to know. Jerry Judy. Bing, 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 bing. Why did you go? That's it. No one was gonna. No. We had one viewer. I started singing. They left right away. I have the voice of an angel. I don't care what the internet says. Bada bada bada. Whoa. Bee ba ba bada bo. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. So who am I getting down here? That is the real question.
It's getting down to the backups for the running backs, and then there's some halfway decent wide receivers. But it's all about, do you want to beef up your wide receiver depth, or do you want to have a spare running back? Do you want to carry a couple extra running backs, or because the quarterback thing really doesn't even matter because everybody picks up a bum. They're bye week anyway, unless they have a halfway decent quarterback. But if your starting quarterback goes down most of the time, you're not going to make the playoffs anyway. So,
right. That's the thing.
How many running backs does Denver have? Like, there's another one on here. Who the hell is Jaleel McLaughlin? Is that a rookie? Wait, 23 season, he had 400 yards. Because I was thinking of Javante Murray from last year. I thought he was the decent running back. So they had a double-headed monster in Denver last year.
Yeah. Marquise Brown was still on the board. Cool. I'm glad
I can't believe you took him over Dobbs, Charles.
Yeah. It's all about that bye week. I wasn't looking at names. I was looking at bye weeks. Look at all these luscious quarterbacks still on the board, bro.
Yeah,
no way.
That means that people are picking correctly, though, because the quarterbacks usually are in the late rounds. But I can't believe we're in round 12 and there's people that haven't picked one up yet.
Dude, I'm talking.
That's a hit and miss thing. If you don't have a decent quarterback, I mean.
That's what I mean, bro. Like, I'm sitting here like, okay, so you got Kirk Cousins. You got Kirk.
I got my starting and my backup.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I got to pick my backup right now. You got Kirky Cousins, Tua Tagovailoa, Matty Stafford, Deshaun Watson, and Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Man.
The thing is Watson going to end up even playing? I mean, he seems like he does everything in his power to fuck up his season every year.
That's what I'm saying.
When was the last time he had one like elite season, great season with the Texans? 2 good seasons?
I think it's Tua Tagovailoa. That's my backup quarterback. That's crazy, dude.
Crazy. You're back. You just pissed somebody off in this room. Just like an elite number 1 quarterback,
dude.
I can guarantee you somebody is going to be ringing your doorbell saying, "Hey, I need a quarterback."
You took my guy.
Well, Cousins is still on there too. It's like, come on, dude.
And so here's the thing. Well, Kirk Cousins is a terrible quarterback. Even if we call him a garbage time quarterback, that's still a stat grabber.
He's an regular season quarterback.
And that goes the same thing with Dak Prescott. You may not like him, but he still puts up numbers at the end of the day. It's like whether you want to like him or not.
I took Lamar for the rushing touchdowns.
I got him. I took my kicker.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you 100% on that one. Like, if you're gonna play,
you can't be upset.
Quarterback, like, yeah, that's your own fault for not taking a quarterback this late in the. And they're gonna be on auto pick, and they're gonna end up with probably like somebody from the Saints as their quarterback.
Okay, so bye weeks are covered. Cool. Now it's all about that haterade. Who's going to be the breakout guy left on this list? I've got a handful of sleepers left. Just not sure. Even one would be a handful. You pick it up with a hand, you know what I'm saying?
There's 2 sleepers that are still on here, but it's like I already replaced them on my depth chart anyway, so I got better players on my depth chart than I do for my sleepers, unfortunately.
I got some scratch off tickets. Oh, bro, did you see?
What's that?
Chipper Jones.
Nice.
Game worn jersey. cereal, 2 of 50.
Did you buy yourself a pack of cards the other day or what?
Yeah, well, Walmart here in town has, like, I guess they found a back stock of cards or something from 2021 to 2023.
Well, what the hell?
They were there. Yeah, they were there for like $4 a pack. So
nice.
Last few weeks I went and I snagged a few up, and
yeah.
I got a David Ortiz game used jersey. That one's single serial number. I can't remember exactly what that one is. Now I got a Chipper Jones.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta put it up in an old case still. Man, if I drop this pen one more time. Having to draft different.
It is. It's where I didn't think I was.
Well, last year I was third. Yeah. Last year I picked third. This year I'm picking 10th. I took a quarterback in the fourth round. Yeah, I took a quarterback in the fourth round, bro. Remember the days we used to take quarterbacks number one?
Yeah. I never took quarterback first.
Aaron Rodgers used to be number one.
He used to be a whole lot sooner.
Well, there's snacks, and then there's the ones that. Oh, not yet. Nice. You don't have to be lonely. At farmersonly.com. Did you guys remember that
one? Oh, please be quiet.
We need to go through and we need to reminisce on some of these old TV commercials. There was some pretty elite TV commercials back in the day.
Yeah. Well, after the draft, we'll finish the show off by going through the Packers and the Bears final 53-man rosters. Nice. Those who made it. Kind of do a little wrap up. Do a little wrap up if everyone's on board. Wait, no, PR said you gotta bounce out, don't you?
Yeah, as soon as we're done with here, I gotta bounce out the other one.
Holy shit!
I'm not done for a champion.
Yeah, well, it's down to a minute, and I think it looks like it's been jumping more than 1 second at a time. So I don't know if it's lagging or what. It's going from 58 to like 49 seconds in like 2 seconds. So whatever. There's a dog. There's a dog. I see. Oh, he's gone. That was one of my sleepers. There's another one on the board, though. I think Charles might have this guy as a sleeper as well.
I can't believe how many people pick defenses already. That's hilarious.
Well, yeah.
Defenses don't win you championships, nerds.
Well, the most points you ever get is like 10 or 12. Like,
bullshit.
Last season, Dallas a couple of times got 40.
Yeah, but that does not happen in a regular season ever. You're lucky if your defense. Well, now the NFL changed a lot of their rules too, like especially the kickoff thing. Teams are going to be in almost field goal range after 1 or 2 plays, so defenses are going to be giving up a hell of a lot more points this year. So,
see, I like the Saints defense because they play Baker Mayfield and Bryce Young 4 times. Well, 2 each, but I like that. The Saints have a good defense too, so I'm not upset about that. That rounds off the team. So I got a Green Bay Packer player. Nice.
You gotta go. All right, go ahead, Charles. Go ahead. Go through your list here.
No, I'm good.
I thought you were naming off your team like you're.
I checked every box on my draft board.
I like that you did the same thing that I did with your bench. I made sure that a lot of my bench guys had the same bye week so that they could plug in with my regular season games.
You see that too?
You and I both kind of had the same strategies. You got 666 and I got 777.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some voodoo on our side, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
voodoo.
You did it. I'm picking up Dobbs. Props.
Yeah, dude. Nice. That's my Pino Lope, man. Romeo, Pino Lope. You know what I'm saying, PR?
Paul, I'll give you. I got Rome. I said, Paul, I'll give you. He's over here. He's overthinking this thing big time.
You got to get old Pino Lope.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bench too. I like one of the things I enjoy about my bench, minus Romeo, who I'll be seeing every week, is they get the bye week out of the way early. So I can look at it and hey, maybe transfer out one of those guys for somebody off the waiver wire that's doing well. There's just a whole bunch going on with the early bye weeks.
Yeah,
for the bench that I felt was a lot better moving forward, especially drafting 10th. I had to focus specifically on highest points / targets available and uncomfortably drafting players out of position because I go 20 picks before I see one. 17 picks before I see another pick. You're in a league with 12 people. Chikauzi mi ukua ua uano. Tight end for Tennessee. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. Who do I pick up for trade? Kicker? Could take Young Ho Ko off the board. That would be funny. All right. Last two picks. Who do I see making a splash? Not in person.
Unfortunately, at this point, it's a scratch-off ticket. Unless there's a player, unless there's a position that you're gonna just use as a bye week.
That might be something different. Tyler Boyd down in Tennessee right now, bro. Didn't think about that. Didn't realize that.
No. I don't know about that. Well, D Hops is hurt, so he might, because he's hurt for at least another 6 weeks, so he might get a little bit more touches, against Ridley and stuff.
Oh, somebody heard me talking about Siwoo Kim and took him. You're lucky, big touchdowns. I wasn't gonna take. I was gonna take him this round. Kim. Oh, you sneaky sneakerton.
You sneaky man.
Yeah.
Sneaky guys.
That's fine. I'm gonna go take another quarterback off the list.
You can have right back to QBs.
Who am I taking now? I'm going to take Drew Brees Jr. just in case.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Drew Brees. Just take.
I got Tannehill Jr. as my backup.
Nice.
You got Tannehill Jr. as your backup? That's not bad.
I don't care what y'all say.
Okay, so before I go ahead and take Drew Brees Jr., let me check the flex real quick. Let me hit this fantasy points button. 0, Dalvin Cook, dangerous. Michael Wilson. Who the hell is that? Sounds like the exact person I'm going to pick up. Easy to drop in the waiver wire if necessary.
Easy money.
We have our draft wrapping up here. Congratulations, gentlemen. Year 2, another successful draft. Thank you, absolutely everyone who was part of this draft yet again. Boys with the Heat 2024 repeat, which is only for me, or redemption, which is for everyone else who lost to me.
I didn't lose to you.
We have some new people. Yeah, but you took the spot of a team that lost to me, so that still counts. On your wall. Listen, if somebody bought the Cubs, it's not like that 117,000 year losing streak just disappears. It's still in the record.
It disappeared. Right? It's only like a few years now, so calm down.
No.
Calm down.
Calm down. We can't be alive to see another new one made. It's impossible, right? Like
it's not gonna happen.
We would be dead. It didn't matter. We'd be dead. The White Sox are on their way. All right, listen, we're going to, for those of us that are here, we're going to do a draft recap. I'll start us off, of course. I picked 10th in this snake draft this year. I picked 10th. Last year, I picked 3rd. My number 1 draft pick last year was Christian McCaffrey. Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that was a terrible pickup.
Hey, man, it could have not have been. We don't know.
Oh, Nick Chubb. The Nick Chubb pick. Yeah.
All right, coming in at
unfortunate.
Coming in at quarterback, we have the greatest regular season quarterback of all time, Lamar Jackson. RB1, Derrick Henry. RB2, James Conner. Wide receiver, Jamar Chase, number 1. Wide receiver, number 2, Deebo Samuel. Tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Flex, Amari Cooper. Defense, Saints. Kicker, Butker. Then my bench, we have Tony Pollard, TJ Hawkinson, Marquise Brown, Tua Tagovailoa, Romeo Doubs, Tyler Boyd, Marvin Wilson.
I thought you were going to take up Bo Nix. You didn't take
I thought about it.
You didn't take Bo Nix? You didn't want 3 quarterbacks?
No.
Well, I thought about it. I did.
I like that you have 7 out of 8 wide receivers on your list there. You're kind of short-handed with the running backs there, hey?
Mike's not happy with me.
Who's that? Mike? Why? Because you took
I took Jake Elliott and Saquon. I took his kicker and his running back.
Oh boy. I see. So, is there a possible trade coming up between you two?
You better make it sweet.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought up the wide receiver. Cheers. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bop, 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 bop. I like this. So now, stop share. We'll talk about this for just a small moment. The reason I did this, the wide receivers last year during the waiver wire, it wasn't very heavy. Right? Yeah. Like the new wide receivers didn't really pop out onto the scene. Like outside of Puka Nacua, like you didn't really have a wide receiver do something they weren't supposed to do.
Right.
Now with the running back situation, the running backs, you look at it and you're like, hey, that guy's going to get his targets. He's going to do his spit, right? But injuries happen more often with running backs than wide receivers. So I'm a waiver wire acquisition away. The team you draft is not the team you end with, right? Like it never is. Never is. So you got to hit the waiver wire, trades, yada, yada, yada. I'm expecting to have to hit the waiver wire, but what I'm expecting is to be able to snipe the backup running back to an individual who's hurt before somebody else. And to be able to do that, you have to kind of sit back on the waiver wire and relax the first few weeks, let your team do its thing, not jump on too many crazy things. Last year specifically, Devon Achane was that guy for me. So, Patrick, give us a recap on your team there. But yeah, so I did go wide receiver heavy, 7 out of 8.
Starting quarterback, Josh Allen. Running backs, Pacheco and Ramondre Stevenson. Starting wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans. Flex, Calvin Ridley, Brock Bowers, the rookie from Las Vegas. Got high hopes for him. I saw him in college. Yeah. Hopefully he freaking balls out. The Chiefs defense, cross your fingers on that one. That was kind of just I just needed a defense. Justin Tucker, always Mr. Reliable. He's going to get you points.
Yeah. Bench?
Oh, you wanted to go all the way through it? Bench, Christian Watson, Rome Odunze, Ezekiel Elliott, running back, Chase Brown from the Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears, tight end, Cole Kmet, Deshaun Watson at QB number 2, Jalen Hyatt for the New York Giants in the bench role.
So something you pointed out during the show.
Yeah.
Both of us
I went rookies.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about that too. It's great pickup. But we took a approach, a bye-week approach to our benches this time. I thought that was pretty fantastic. And you'll notice on both of our benches,
3 players that all have the same bye week.
Yeah, absolutely. It mirrored over perfectly. And then you went rookie heavy this year. I
went rookie heavy, but only for the bench. Because if that's the case, I can. One of them is a tight end, so I can dump him if I have to. And I mean, it's going to suck if he unfortunately has a terrible season, but maybe we can make a trade at some point with somebody. I'm wide receiver heavy.
What'd you hit? So I hit 7 of 8. You hit? Would you go 6 of 8?
6 of 8. Yeah. I got Watson, Odunze, and Hyatt sitting on the bench. So I mean, the chances are one of those 3 is going to freaking ball out this year. So I'll at least have somebody on the bench that's going to pop in there and give me some production.
All right. PR, great. PR, hit us with
All right. With the potential championship roster, I got Patty Mahomes at QB. My 2 running backs, Saquon Barkley, Travis Etienne. 2 receivers, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Mark Andrews. With my tight ends, my flex, Keenan Allen, Jets as my defense, Jake Elliott as my kicker. My bench is as follows: Jaylen Warren from Pittsburgh, running back. Jared Goff is my backup QB. Jared Judy, Gus Edwards, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks, and Rashad Bateman.
All right,
a lot of that's going to get moved around.
Yeah. You're comfortable with this?
I'm like, I played with worse.
Yeah. So what you see up here on the screen now is standings right now, and we have early playoff position. I can see ours, PR. Patrick, after I'm done with mine, if you can share your screen, pull yours up.
What's this? I don't need which one are you on?
Go back into the league homepage, click on standings. Oh, but hold on, I might be able to scoot over. Yeah, I can scoot over and see.
You can.
Yeah,
you do.
I can scoot over and see.
Standing.
Yeah. We'll click on all of that too. So right now, something I love to see this right now. I'm at a 36% playoff percentage. The East Coast, I knew that this division was going to be stacked. I knew it was going to be hard with the people that were in it.
Only got a 37% chance.
Yeah, that's the highest in our bracket. You tie with Cousin Chaos at 37%, and then I come in third, although second place at 36%. I love seeing that. Going over to the West Coast, the 3%ers, they have the highest percent chance, along with Patrick right now, coming in at the second highest percent to make the playoffs in its entirety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm guessing our final projections right now will be the 3%ers, Blue Cax, myself, 31 left turns, and Cousin Chaos.
How many playoff teams this year?
It should be 3 from each.
3 from each one, yeah.
3 from each one, yeah. Because then it just matches up. There's no East-West type deal. But
okay, so the number 1 guy in our draft, as it was, 3%. Patrick, you've got the second best draft. Cousin Chaos, Caleb Williams, and
Mike.
And the champ, 2024 champ,
And then
coming in.
31 left turns comes at 6.
And 31 left turns and Bradley. Again, something I'm noticing too, it looks like picks 5 through 11 kind of rocked out this draft. Picks 1 through 3 and pick 12 seem to enjoy themselves often. Okay, so there's that. There's that. So we're going to do the projected playoff bracket. So coming in, loading in.
Teams. No, 4 teams.
2, 4.
Make the playoffs.
Oh, there's a consolation ladder at the bottom, and then you can then you can get into.
So this is interesting. This is interesting. So the top 4 teams. That's right. The top 4 teams get in. So as of right now, I'm on the outside looking in, as the out on the old consolation ladder. This is gonna take a little bit of work. It's gonna take some work.
This
but that's
is harder than you thought it was gonna be to beat. Hey, like you said, it's one thing to win it once. It's another thing to win it back to back.
Back to back. But this is awesome. Last year I had a sub 20% chance to make the playoffs, and I started the season off with 3 straight losses. Ended up coming back. I think I had the most points. It took the number 1 position. It was real nice. It was real nice. Absolutely. But I'm loving this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yep. The top 2 from each division go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ooh, child. This will be interesting. That's why we
did the East and the West, because it just make it more relative to the NFL.
My week 1 projected totals, 124.6. Almost 1,900 total points. Schedule should be out now, eh?
Yeah, I faced Mike.
Everything is. It's usually, you play. I got Joey, the 3 percenters. Paul and Mike play each other, and Charles, I didn't know.
You got 31 left turns.
Oh, you've got Brent.
I start the season against Brent, eh?
Yeah, we're all
start the season against old Brent. I start the season against Brent this week. I believe
I started off versus Joey last year as well. So
31 left turns,
fellas.
I projected.
Well,
we love you, PR.
Thank you so much.
Listen, man, it was fun. I am excited for the season to talk a whole lot of cash money, just all kinds of it. I'm coming for that trophy. Charles, it's not just a little thing going on behind you. That's me. Hi,
hold on
I'm coming to get you.
It's going to disappear. I'm in the mist behind him.
You're coming to get me. Just stop it, dude. You're so far behind. There's a 3-second You're coming
last time I checked with those. Hey, last time I checked that final projections, the final projection says you're behind me. So how does it smell?
Yeah. Hey, nobody works harder than me, baby. Nobody works harder than me. I don't even need caffeine pills. All right, you're gonna make me take out the crazy eye again. You're gonna make me take out the crazy eye again. Ready? Look down. Smile without your mouth. Model pose.
All right, broskies.
We'll see you soon, baby. I'm stoked, dude. Check. So, week 1 projections as of right now.
Yes.
Has Mr. Becker at 124.4, while myself
124.5 to 124.4,
124.5 or 6. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is gonna be nice. Let's see, 124.6. Yeah,
I do believe that a lot of the teams are very close as far as like a couple teams have good quarterbacks, other teams have good receivers, other teams got good running backs. It's all going to come down to production now at this point.
I'm way happier with the outcome, with the real live outcome, than the practice drafts. How are you feeling about yours? I agree with everything you're saying, by the way.
I like mine. I just I have question marks around the rookies that I picked, obviously, but like I said, it's a scratch off card for me. And unfortunately, I took a tight end because I waited so long. I took a rookie tight end, and it's Brock Bowers. So I mean, it's like I'm assuming he's going to be good. I mean, he can't be a Laporta good, but if he's even half a Laporta, I'll be happy.
Well, here's my thought on this, actually. For one, he checks all of my boxes personally. Is he going to get the targets? Yeah, he's going to be he's going to be the number one guy. I don't think that's a question at all.
Aiden O'Connell, I believe, quarterback is the.
Well, I'm not worried about who's throwing him the ball much as
somebody has to get him the ball. That's what I'm saying.
Right. As much as somebody's throwing him the ball, he's going to be a top option. You have Devontae Adams, who's going to pull 2 coverage, so you're going to have this guy down the middle of the field, and quarterbacks love the middle of the field. He's going to get his targets. Does he get his touchdowns? That might be a little bit of a question because it's the Raiders. But again, the targets, I don't think that's a question.
And who do you get? You get Kincaid?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. He's got a proven.
I mean, the only difference I think between mine and your tight end, obviously, other than one's in his second year and the other's in his first year, is that you expect more touchdowns from Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills than you do.
I'm fine with it, Charles. I have Josh Allen throwing you the football, so I'm okay with it either way. I'm okay with it. I'm fine.
Well, coming into this draft with my draft position being number 10, I focused solely on targets.
Well, you and I only being, I didn't do any mock drafts, but like you said, I looked into target share. And the only reason I took Stevenson over a couple other running backs is because I looked what they have in the cupboard and what Drake May is going to do. When they get down into the red zone, Drake May is going to be handing the ball off because he doesn't have the confidence to throw it to anybody down in the red zone.
Well,
so I mean, hopefully I can vulture a few touchdowns. That's all I think. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. And even more so, I think you should add a little more sugar onto that pie.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for one, you have a rookie quarterback, so you're going to be running the ball. You have a head coach that comes from the Belichick tree. I mean, one of the things that makes Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers so great is their play action. Right. The only reason play action works is you have a running back that does his job. Even one of the last Patriots Super Bowls, Tom Brady won the MVP, but he gave everything to the running back. Not Roddy White, but something White. I seriously considered him. He was the number one option on the draft board at the time. I believe I ended up going with. Oh, because of the bye week, I ended up having to go with Tony Pollard. Specifically because of the bye week. I mean, that's where I screwed up last year, and I got lucky last year, and I'm going to try hard not to run into it again this year. I mean, my bench and my starting lineup bye weeks were basically the same effing thing.
Yeah. Well, I think you and I did enough research to understand that potentially when you have players that are assumed they have that particular bye week, if you draft good enough, that's all you need. You don't have to think about every week, well, this guy's going to perform better than that guy. That guy's going to be better than this guy. No, if you draft good enough, you don't have to worry about that.
Now, and I agree. Now, the two players, I was really upset because it was coming down to the end.
Yeah,
the Braves just hit a home run, and I only had one player I was excited to see. Outside of the usual, right? Like I was excited. Yeah. But Marvin Wilson from Arizona, my last draft pick. Now, I took him over Bo Nix because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, holy spit. He could be something. He could get all the drop-offs. You've got Connor, Harrison, Kincaid, right? But I mean, as long as Harrison runs his routes correctly, he's going to be open.
Right.
So it should be nice. It should be fun to see.
Oh, I had fun. This was a good draft. I think I like that everybody was involved in it. They took their time. I think it's going to be super competitive this year. I think we're all going to have to be on our toes this week, every week, trying to make sure that we have the best team. Which is,
I mean, and you saw a bunch of different draft styles. That was my favorite part about this year's draft. Was you seen You've seen a bunch of different draft styles. I was pumped about that.
And it didn't really bother you or me or Paul or anybody. There was a couple guys where I was like, oh man, I was hoping he was like 15 players down. I'm like, somebody had him queued up or something. I'm like, damn.
3 times it happened to me, bro. 3 times it happened to me.
You're like,
and if we weren't live, bro, if we weren't live, I'd be screaming, dude. If we weren't live, I'd be screaming. Multiple times I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why are you taking? And you know, you laugh because it's like, well, they're taking.
McBride went about.
Well, that was the first time it happened. Yeah, McBride leaving early.
13 picks too early. Yeah,
McBride leaving way too. I mean, McBride was a great pick.
Yeah,
and it was in the round I was going to pick him. That was a great pick. But at the time, the positions left on the board and where that pick was, I don't.